Hello, beautiful friend. How are you doing? Are you keeping well? It's a rainy day here in West Dorset. We have had some nice sunshine. The garden's starting to bloom, which is just wonderful. May is my favourite month by far. It's the promise. I always love the promise rather than the real thing, because by the end of August I'll be fed up with watering everything and I'll be looking forward to autumn. So how are you diddling? What have you been up to? How's your creativity going? How's your spiritual practice? What are you finding helpful in these really quite strange times, aren't they? Things are really changing with our world, and we're the sensitive ones amongst us at least are really feeling the big energies, and it can take real inner strength to stay on an even keel. I hope you're doing that. I hope you're doing it well. So I want to share with you some of the stuff I've been up to lately, some of the arty bits. I'm just preparing for Dorset Art Weeks, which opens next Saturday. Our homes are open for 2 weeks. It's the biggest art weeks, I think, in the country. There's 300 and something artists taking part, over 250 venues. So Trace and I are showing in our little corner of in Poundbury, Dorchester, Dorset. We're number 137 in the brochure. I wanted to jump in with both feet and do something, just do something because I've been resting a lot because of my CFS, ME, and other health conditions. So it's nice to have something to look forward to or aim for or create for, because you know it's nice to have that purpose, isn't it? But I am going a little bit headless chicken. There's just a week to go and there's still so much to do, and I'm still actually creating new products. I was going to call them products, that doesn't seem right for art. New portals is maybe a better word. Anyway, let me give you a little look here at what I've been up to. So you may remember these shrines. I painted the background landscape, but other ones I did like a midnight sky with an angel on. There, I've got a few of those to paint up and finish, but I've made this new little shrine. What a gorgeous shape. I really love it. That sits like that. And then there's little candle holders with these gorgeous Hanukkah candles that go in there like that. Oh, I haven't done that very well. There we are. Oh, you get the gist though. They're just beautiful, and I'm hoping that with some of them, so I've made a mold here from silicone, and I'm hoping with some of them, whilst the mold is curing, I can pop in one of those what they called sawtooth kind of hooks on the back. So if you wanted to hang it on a wall, you could, because that would look also cute. Don't know what to do for the light in here. But so they're my latest, but I do have some that are already cast that I've just been sanding the edges. I've cast them with Crystal Cow, which is a really high strength casting plaster. It's super white and it's super smooth. It's really fine particle plaster. It means that you get really fine details in the cast, and it means it's really hard. It's a really hard plaster. They use it for things like covings and stuff like that, so that it's you know, it's strong. It's strong. I mean, I wouldn't drop it on the floor. It's gonna crack and smash then, but for this purpose, it's absolutely perfect, and to create something that's going to last a long time, but also hold all those fine details. So I've had many mistakes on the way. Let me show you some. I created these figures, which were going to be angels. Look at her club hands. Look, she looks like something out of Wallace and Gromit. But it was the first time I'd created a sculpture for years, and so my hands were really clunky, and I found it really hard to just do the fine detail. It you know, I was so out of practice, just using the tools and stuff. So so that was my first attempt. Anyway, that's her. Now these are my this was my second attempt, I think.
was it? Maybe it was. Now, she looks the worse for wear because I made a mould from her, and when I was taking her out of the mould, her head came off. But, and also her hands, obviously, because it's such a shame I can't show you her hands because they were so good. I was so pleased. I actually watched a load of YouTube videos to remind me how to, you know, kind of sculpt. I kind of lost it, but I'm pretty pleased. Can you see her little face? Oh, it's not going into focus. But anyway, she had a really nice sense about her. But I mean, rookie mistake. Her head was much bigger than her neck. So obviously she wasn't going to come out of the mould, was she? And then I made this one too. You can see her hands just a little bit. Like they were a lot better. A bit squished flat because I forgot about all the undercuts that needed to happen. Anyway, she didn't survive the mould. I made latex moulds from these girls. So using latex, layering it up to create a mould like this. And then I created, you can just see on the floor there. Yes, everything's even on the floor. It's really terrible. These kind of shells made out of fabric dipped in concrete, and they're two halves, and then you put them around it. So when you pour the plaster in, it doesn't all lose its shape. Because otherwise, obviously, when you're putting a liquid into like a mould like this, the liquid just makes it all bulge out, which you can see, even though I had a concrete cast around these. Look at that fat house. Yeah, that was so disappointing. And the originals even of these, which were really adorable, they just got wrecked in the kind of casting process. I thought they were really cute. I had a few weeks. These took me weeks to create and then cook. Obviously, these are made out of Fimo. Well, they all are actually. And to cook and create, and then to create the latex mould, and then the concrete thing, and then to try pouring it, and then for none of it to work. This is the best one I got out. And you can see how her face is a bit smashed in. She's a bit deformed. It's, you know, it's not, it didn't work how I hoped it would. Look, see how her back's all sort of wonky. I mean, she's still cute, I suppose. She's got a cute face, hasn't she? That was my best one. I mean, I could try casting that again. I don't know. No, but look at her fingers even. Yeah, I don't know. So that was disappointing and really knocked me back.
I think when you've got like really low energy, when you've only got a couple of hours a day where you can be functional, and either that's with housework or seeing grandchildren or children, and then or creativity, then to have those, use that energy for all the time it took me to create those girls and houses, and then and something else I made as well, which I have since made another version of, and it's come out really cute. But having all that energy used and then not having anything to show for it, never mind the materials, because obviously none of this stuff is free or cheap, you know. So honestly, I had to pull myself out of my boots, because I was like, if I can't make art, what can I do? What's the point of me if I can't even do that? You know, it was like that. But thank the Lord, sweet baby Jesus and all his disciples, I turned a corner, and now, you know, things are kind of working. So I'm pleased about that. I will be doing another video once we open to show you the office. So all of my art stuff is in the office, like set out, and then TJ's got her studio downstairs, which is amazing. I mean, the bigger part of wanting to do art weeks was to encourage TJ to do some work, or rather to give her a reason to paint. Her work is just stunning. It's so beautiful. And I've been printing prints of the work and mounting them. It's just lovely. So, and I'm very lucky because obviously our house is full of it. But so it's to encourage her. So anyway, I will give you tours of both of our spaces once they're completely set up. There's, as I say, a lot to do still. Not least, making sure the garden is kind of safe and tidy because people are coming in the back way. Let me know if you're coming to visit or if there's anything else you particularly like to see or know. I'm sending good vibes to you and wishing you well. Here's to a lovely week ahead, whatever time you're watching this. Ciao.